Okay, hi friends! Lindsay here for So Fancy. Just give me a second while I'm setting everything up. So just give me like a hey or a like, thumbs up, I know that you can hear me. So just a second here. I hope everyone's having a great week. Mine has been a little frazzled so far, but you know, that's how it goes. We just hang in there, and luckily we get to craft today and you're here, so it makes it even better. So wonderful. We're going to be working with the August bundle. Yes. Can you believe it? It's already August. I know. But what we'll be doing is another sticker project, but this time using the Foil Quill. So I'm really excited because I love this tool, and it's just a lot of fun stuff that you can do with it, like adding shine and sparkle to your projects. So let's go ahead and change the camera view here. So I'm using just one camera today, so I got to switch it over. So give me just a second. We are working this out here. I'm going to say, oh, I thought my dog and cat would be with me today, but they are not. They must be off someplace else. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this set up here. As you can see, oops, oh, I'm so sorry about that. So you can get you started. So, using the We Are Memory Keepers Foil Quill. Here we go. To add some shine and sparkle to make some beautiful stickers. And it's easy to do, and I'm going to be sharing a little tip with you about how to keep your mat clean, but how to set the foil up really quickly so that, you know, you're not spending a lot of time putting the foil down. Okay, let's get you all situated here. That looks pretty good. Alright, so how's everybody doing today? I'll move that cord out of the way too. Here we go. Alright, so with the Foil Quill, it's this little tool here that so it's actually just this, and what you do is you use one of the adapters that comes in the all-in-one kit. So I link that in the description, because depending on what machine you use, you're going to use a different adapter. Now this is kind of odd, but if you're using like a previous model of the Cameo, so like the Cameo 3 or 2, you want to use the A adapter. But if you are using the Cameo 4, which is what I'm using, you want to use the D adapter. And you just twist it on like that. And it's got a USB plug in on the other side, because you need to plug it in and let's get it plugged in here and going. There we go. Alright, so that that little light will turn on, and then it'll start warming up, because you need this thing nice and hot before you start working with it. So you can plug it into like you know, a battery pack, or you know, if you've got like a charging thing for your phone, you can do that as well. The only thing is you don't want to plug it into your machine. I think the previous models, like the Cameo 3, has a spot for a USB, so you wouldn't want to plug it in there. So we are making these really cute, look how shiny they are, foil quilled stickers, using this Do Not Open Until December 25th design from the August bundle. And I found this really cool craft sticker paper, which I think is really awesome. So I'm excited to do that. The only thing is, yesterday I made like almost a full sheet, but today we'll just do like a quarter sheet, so that we're not foiling forever. So that's the only difference that I'll be doing. So I'm just going to use my paper trimmer here to just trim this in half. These are 8.5 by 11, and so I'm going to cut this to 4 1/4. And so we got our sticker sheet here. We've got the Foil Quill warming up, and now we need to set up our mat. So what you want to do is take your mat and now the trick that Melissa showed us over at the Silhouette School blog was that you would put this directly, you know, onto your sticky mat, and then you would take the piece of foil, and instead of using cutting down the piece of foil and using washi tape to tape it down, you would stick the entire piece of foil just down on your mat. And she did give us that, you know, little caveat that you are going to then get foil on your mat, which if you're okay with doing that, then that's totally fine. Still stays sticky for a little bit. You can kind of see I got a little bit of foil on the edge there. So another trick she shared with us about how to keep your mat clean when using felt was to use this contact paper from the dollar store. So I just got this stuff from the Dollar Tree. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece that is big enough to go onto my mat. So these come in they're wider than 12 inches. So you have to cut them down. They come in a big roll, but I had obviously been using this for some time. So it's a little bit shorter because I love this stuff. It's only $1. And there's lots of different uses for it in your craft room. So we want this, 12 inches? Just about. So let's go ahead and trim it to right here. And another really exciting thing that we have going on over at So Fancy is in the month of August, if you purchase a bundle, then you are automatically entered to win a Cameo 4. Isn't that exciting? What would you do with a Cameo 4 machine? You could do the Foil Quill. And that is any of our bundles. And if you buy more than one bundle, then you get more than one entry. So take a look over there. I'll show you them in a little bit. Okay, so I've cut a piece. It's not like super straight, but I think it'll be fine. I'm actually going to trim this a little bit more so it doesn't stick off so much. There's little grid lines on the contact paper, so it's easy to kind of just cut it a little bit straight. Alright. And then, yeah, this looks good. Okay, so then what you do is you actually just put the contact paper with the clear side facing down and the backing facing up. And do it like that. And the backing kind of wrinkles a little bit, but you use a brayer. This is seriously one of my favorite tools in my craft room is a brayer. Does anybody else use that? It is like so handy for this kind of work. Alright, so I'm just going to stick it down. You want it, you know, pretty smooth. Oops. If you get some bubbles, then you can, it's pretty easy to smooth them out. Okay, so then what you're gonna do is peel off the backing, and the clear contact paper will stay stuck on the mat, on the sticky mat. But the sticky side of the contact paper will be facing up, so essentially what you're making is like a removable sheet that goes on your, here we go, on your cutting mat. So yeah, I got some bubbles here, so I want to try and smooth that out a little bit, and I'll just do that. I think that'll be fine, actually. I don't think it'll be a huge issue. I'll just smooth it out. So now, because this is sticky, we got the sticky side facing up. Has anyone used this trick before? I've used it with felt, when I've cut felt with my Cameo 4, and I didn't want to get all the little fuzzies all over my mat, so I put the contact paper on. And then you can just stick your sticker paper on. And then I'm actually going to stick it on, not directly in the corner. I'll stick it on at like 1 and 11. Okay. And normally I would do like a bigger sheet, but you know, you don't need to see like a whole, like it'd be foiling for a while. So for the sake of time, I've just cut this down to a 1/4 sheet. Then I'm going to be using 2 colors of foil, and I'll show you how to, let's see, I'm using the color red and the color spearmint, and I'll show you how to change these out too. So I also use my paper trimmer to trim my foil, but I think I already have one trimmed. But you know what, my desk is a mess right now, so I'm just going to cut another one, and I'll find that one later and use it for more projects. So I'm going to cut this to 6 by 6. So I know it'll completely cover. Ooh, it's shiny, look at that. So this is a heat reactive foil, and that's designed to be used with the Foil Quill itself. And there's lots of different colors that this comes in, and I've linked those descriptions in, or linked those products in the description. And okay, so I'm going to cut this. Alright, so actually, you know what, I'm going to cut it on one edge. I'm going to cut it to 5.5. I'll cut a little bit off, and you'll see why in just a second when we go to change the foil later. So then, so if you were using you know, like your regular mat, then you would stick this down to the mat itself, and then when you remove the foil, the foil would still be stuck on your mat. But where we've got the clear contact sheet on there first, so we're not worried about that. I'm going to go ahead and put this down, and you want the foil as taut as possible. I'm a little shaky this morning. Too much coffee? No, of course not. Alright, so I'm going to use my brayer again. I love this thing. I'm just going to pull this nice and smooth and straight over there. Oops, sticky. See, look at that. Look how smooth that is. That is one of the keys. It's a little weird over there because of that, but I think it's gonna, because of that in the bunch in the contact sheet, but I think that'll be fine. But that, look at that, that was really smooth. That's going to work really, really well. That's one of the keys to getting a perfect foil. So now I want to show you how I've set this up in Silhouette Studio. So let me go set that up here. And there we are. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen. And what I've done is already laid out this design. And I made the outside red and the inside green, so I can use those two different colors, and then I just put an offset around the edge because that is where I'm going to cut. And then this box around it measures the same dimensions as my piece of paper, and then you can see the corner here is at 1 and 11, so it's lined up exactly on my digital mat as it is on my actual mat. And so because now what I want to do is just foil the red part, when I go to send, I'm going to click the line panel and select just the red. I've created my own material setting so that, oops, it's not acetate. It's way at the bottom here. Foil Quill cardstock or sticker paper for Cameo 4. And then the action is sketch, and the tool is the pen. Sketch and pen. And then so these recommendations were from Melissa. I actually will sometimes, you know, I think if I do, oops, we don't need to go there just yet. I kind of like to do one for the force, just to make sure that it doesn't press too much. Actually, you know what, I'll do 2. Oops, I don't know what that is. Okay, so, yeah, I'll do 2. There we go, and then a speed of 2. So you get the best, smoothest. You might even have to do 2 passes, but I've tested this before, and it seems to be fine. Okay, so now let's go back to our desk, because we gotta set up Cami here. This is the Select Cameo 4. And we've had our foil quill warming up, so you've got the light on. So we know that it's been warming up, and I'm just gonna put it in tool carriage number 1. And then just load this in just like a regular thing. And then one other thing to mention is just note that I've purposely put the paper at the bottom, or the sticker paper at the bottom of my mat. I did not put it up here. Work on the bottom part, and that's so you can change out the colors midway through without unloading the mat. So let's load that in here. You want to keep the cord, you know, off to the side. I'm going to go back into Silhouette Studio and press send. And it's going to give me grief. So let's see. Silhouette Studio, why do you do this to me? Okay. You know how it always works for you until someone's watching? And then it's like, I swear it worked before. Oops, sorry about that. When I press I have like these little short keys. Okay, so I'm back in Silhouette Studio. Going to send. Oops. Going to send. Then, alright, here she goes. And now she's going to do her foiling. And we'll just kind of let her do her thing. What I will do is I will show you. Actually, do we have any questions? Let me check the comments. Okay, I don't see any. But if you do, just let me know. So then let's actually show you our website here. So when you August bundle here. We are using, like, it's a massive August bundle because there's so much in here. There's so many fonts. Oh my gosh, if you're a fontaholic, you're going to love this bundle. But yeah, we're using this one here. So it's technically not a sketch file, but because we're doing it so small and there's a lot of lines in here, it actually ends up looking pretty solid. If you want to take a look at all the other bundles that we have to offer, you can click bundles here. And buy any So Fancy bundle, get entered to win a Cameo 4. So we've got lots of different, things to choose from. Even the mini $5 bundles count. It just has to be paid for. So if you use a $5 off coupon for the $5 bundle, then it'll be free, and so that one wouldn't count as an entry. But for any paid bundle, you are entered to win a Cameo 4. Awesome! So we are waiting on our foil quill here. I told you it takes a while because we have the speed set to 2, and that's just really to make sure that we get a really good coverage of that foil. So you could try and speed it up a little bit. You just might have skip marks, or it might not come out as solid as you want. If you're just joining us, we're using the August bundle to make some stickers here, and we're using brown sticker, or like a craft colored sticker paper, with the We Are Memory Keepers Foil Quill in the Cameo 4. So if you're using the Cameo 4, you want to use the D adapter with the quill itself. This is the medium tip quill, the teal colored one. There are also 2 other quills. This one's the bold tip, the navy, and then there is the fine tip quill, which through trial and error, we found that doesn't work so well in the Cameo 4 because it'll cut through the foil. So the bold or the medium tip work best. And I've linked to the all-in-one bundle for the foil quill in the description. So you'll get all 3 of the tips. You'll get the adapters. And if you're using like an older machine, like the Cameo 3, you'd use the A adapter in the Cameo 3. But for the Cameo 4, you want to use the D adapter. Okay, so that is done. What I'm going to do is leave this in the machine and peel up the foil. Ooh, look at that! But you see what I mean about the foil getting on the mat? Well, because we have the clear contact paper, it did not get on our mat. So then you just need a piece of green foil, and I've already cut one of those, and this measures 6 by 6. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down over it here. Using my brayer. And then get that nice and taut. Nice and taut, like it's hot. Alright. Alright. I think this will be fine. But I cut it this piece a little bit bigger than the red piece so that it could kind of hang over the edge. At least it hangs over the edge on the top here. I probably should have cut it a little bit larger because this edge doesn't go off. But in that case, I can just use a piece of washi tape to keep it down. and using one piece of washi tape instead of having to washi tape the whole thing, this is definitely going to speed things up. But like I think I said earlier, I would be doing a much larger sheet. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to do this. And I think this is down pretty well. Alright, so then now I can go back into Silhouette Studio. Oh, it did the whole thing, didn't it? Oh, darn. Let me just look at this. I think it foiled the whole thing. I didn't want it to foil the whole thing. Oh no, look how beautiful it is when it's the whole thing. I wonder what happens if you try and foil over the foil. Darn it. Sorry you guys, but this is what you would do if you just wanted to switch colors of foil. Darn. Okay. Well, that's okay. What you would do is you would go back into Silhouette Studio. Here, I'll back to the screen display. And then instead of checking the red, you would go to the green. And I got the same settings there. I know why. It's because when I went back to change a setting and I went to the simple tab and see it did the whole thing when I should have gone to the line tab. So, okay. I don't know what it would do if I did it over. Should I try it? No, I'm not gonna try it. Well, let's see. Okay, so give me just a second here. And we'll see what happens. I mean, this will be just a test, so you'll know if it works for you or not. Okay, let's go to send and send. And this won't take as long because we're just doing the inner part. But this is what I meant to do, is just do the red around the outside and then the green on the inside. So it is possible, because I've done it before. I just accidentally chose the wrong setting. And you know, that happens in crafting a lot. You get these little happy accidents. But we just try and do it the best we can. Oh wow, look at that. Okay, missed a little bit of those spots there. Oh, and that's because it wasn't as tight right there. But that's okay. Alright, so now what we want to do is we want to cut these out. So you take out your foil quill. So again, using a nice taut, smooth foil as possible is the key. And now I'm just going to put in the auto blade. Is the key to getting a perfect cut. Okay, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back again and just Silhouette Studio. But this time I'm going to select the black line so that I can do the cut. And I have that, I have a material setting for that too, so it'll just do a kiss cut instead of cutting all the way through. So we have to change, let Silhouette Studio do its thing here. There we go. And then you send it. And then let me check the comments. Did we have any comments? I don't see any. I'm not sure Okay, and then this is the last trick for getting the sticker sheet off. So with this sticker sheet, what I did, this is the one I made earlier, and what I did is I just peeled it off, and so actually the stickers on this started to peel up. So what you want to do is actually put the mat face down and peel the clear contact paper, put that down, and then peel the mat off of it, peel the mat off the back of that. There we go. And then I just use this. This is the cover for the mat, but it doesn't stick very well because it's like that, you know, shiny material, so it doesn't stick very well. Then what you do is cut the excess off. So I definitely could have done a smaller piece of contact paper, but this actually works pretty fine. And then now that foil that held the contact paper is what held the foil down and not our mat, so we didn't get the foil on our mat. Our mat is still nice and clean. Awesome, right? And we made our stickers, yeah, I didn't want it to be all in red, and that was my bad, but this is what they'd look like, and it's just a kiss cut, so they're still on the backing, and I can use these, I don't know, on like gift tags or something like that. I think that might be fun. So that is our project for today using the Massive August bundle. Here, I'm going to try and flip you around here. There we go. Okay, so we use the Massive August bundle from So Fancy, and remember, any bundle purchase that you make during August gets you entered to win a Cameo 4. So check those out, and of course, if you have any questions, then please let us know, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you next time.